afternoon. My name is Josh Baumgartner, Senior VP of Strategy at the Greater Tampa Chamber of Commerce. I want to welcome the viewers and thank them for tuning in to our 2018 Candidate Interview Series. Here at the Chamber, our mission is to serve our members and enhance our community by building business success. Key partners in helping to build that success are our elected officials, and that's why we're so excited to be embarking on this candidate interview process. And we're also excited to be welcoming Angela Birdsong, who's running for County Commission in District 2. Angela, welcome.
Thank you so much. I want to thank the Chamber for giving me the opportunity for this platform.
Absolutely. And we'll dive into some of the Chamber-specific questions shortly, but I wanted to give you an opportunity to give the viewers a snapshot of your campaign and quickly tell us why you're running.
Okay, well, let me tell you that I am coming from the healthcare sector. During the day, what I do is I'm a health and life agent. I help people successfully age on to Medicare. I also do Medicare seminars, and I do believe in long-term care. I believe in Medicare for all, and I'm all for the Medicare expansion. I also believe that women's health care should remain safe and legal. Believe it or not, before healthcare, I was in the funeral business. I have 2 degrees, one in communications and one in funeral directing. So I actually know what the coroner does for a living. And before that, I was a real estate agent, a commercial agent with Marcus and Millichap, and I did retail sales, shopping centers, and multifamily.
Perfect.
So that knowledge just served me well.
Absolutely.
Believe it or not, the reason I came to be running is a group called Roost List, which was founded by Alex Sink, who ran for governor for the state of Florida. I got a call from a lady named Marley Wilkes, who worked for Roost List at the time, and they said, Angela, would you consider running for this seat? And I said, yes, I will take that challenge. They knew of my work with the Democratic Party and the Black Caucus. So I will go with you some of the issues that the Black Caucus feels important, and I do believe it aligns.
Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you for that snapshot. And it sounds like you've got a background in several different areas of policy. And I'm sure, as a former business owner and working in business and in real estate, one thing that you're aware of is important to the business community here in Tampa Bay is transportation. And the Greater Tampa Chamber of Commerce has expressed its support for a project of bus rapid transit, which was identified as a catalyst project connecting the 3 counties, but obviously running through Hillsborough. Do you support BRT as a catalyst mass transit project for our region?
Well, let me first tell you that I am a native New Yorker, and I believe that people deserve a viable means of public transportation to get to work in the morning. And that I believe that everyone should have an opportunity to get to work safe. And I do support all public transportation options, including roads, bridges, anything that helps get people to their job and destination safely and efficiently. I'm for express lanes. I'm for light rail. So there's very little when it comes to public transportation that I'm not all for.
Okay. And sticking on transportation, as you may have seen recently, there's a grassroots movement to get enough petition signatures to have a sales tax referendum on the ballot in November for a 1-cent sales tax increase to fund transit and transportation projects. Is that an initiative that you would support?
That is absolutely an initiative that I would support. I feel that 1 cent is something that everyone is usually willing to contribute, and transportation is something that is an economic driver. And we need transportation if this city is going to grow into the city that it can be. We can compete with cities like Raleigh and Charlotte if we get our transportation issues under control.
Great. Switching gears a little bit, I want to talk about education. So as a business community, I'm sure you're aware that it's important that we are building the next generation of talent to fill the workforce as baby boomers continue to retire out. For our K-12 system, we've had some big accomplishments, in the past couple of years, but also face some mounting challenges with population increases and the growth and new schools that are going to be needed in Hillsborough County. How would you, if elected, work with our school board and our superintendent's office to make sure that our K-12 system has the resources it needs as we look towards the future in Hillsborough?
Okay, when it comes to education, being part of the Black Caucus, this is a huge issue. First of all, we do want to stop the school to prison pipeline. We believe that all of our students deserve a chance, and we want all of our schools to represent every single person having a fair chance, whether they can go to a private school or not. We want every child, no matter their zip code, no matter whether they have parents who care or not, once they reach that school door, we want every child to have a fair chance. I believe in funding our schools. Right now we have a problem with even air conditioning. So we need our teachers to be supported. We need our schools to be supported.
Okay.
So that's and I'm very excited about Head Start because the county commission is in charge of Head Start. And it has been found that children that start off in Head Start do better in K-12. So that's another program I'm very, very excited about supporting.
And really shifting gears, if elected, you would be a part of a county commission that would have some pretty big decisions and heavy lifting when it comes to a potential new ballpark in Ybor City. As the Tampa Bay Rays and the county have identified a site in Ybor, the next phase would be, what does a finance package look like to put that potential commerce driver in Ybor City? If elected, would you support that site as a location for the Rays, and what kind of financing package would you deem appropriate moving the ballpark?
Okay, I have spoken to some constituents about this, and the biggest concern they have is using taxpayer dollars towards funding a private entity. So I feel that we're really going to have to go to the to open it up to everyone in the community and see how they feel about taxpayer dollars going to fund the Rays. I am a native New Yorker. I love the Yankees. I love baseball. It's what I grew up with. So I really love sports. My son was a big soccer player. But we really have to look at how can we get more private dollars to fund that entity, because I love the idea that it's going to bring jobs and all the things it's going to bring to our community. But the funding is an issue that I am still discussing with constituents all the time. They just don't want they don't want their dollars, their taxpayer dollars going to fund it.
Okay.
So I'm still open on that.
So as we wrap up, I've mentioned Rays Ballpark, I've mentioned K-12, I've mentioned transportation. The funding pie is only so big. So, how would you prioritize those, or maybe something we haven't even discussed as a priority for you and for the business community that you would take to the board if elected in 2019?
Okay, well, I will say this, that transportation is huge, which you already discussed, but also affordable housing. I feel that Tampa is in an affordable housing crisis. It's getting harder and harder for people who are firefighters, police officers, teachers to find a decent place to live. And I feel that employers, when they're looking at the Tampa Bay area, are going to say, well, where are our employees going to live? How long is it going to take them to get to work? So these are issues that we really have to address, and the Nehemiah Action Project has brought to the board the opportunity to put away $10 million in a trust fund for affordable housing, and I am 100% for that. And because the Sadowski Fund at the state level has been rated continuously. So I am very open to finding new ways for affordable housing. So I would have to say that's one of the things that would be #1 on my agenda.
Great. Well, Angela, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for your willingness to serve and to run in Hillsborough County for County Commission District 2. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and best of luck.
I will say that people can find me at angelabirdsong.com, facebook.com/Angela Birdsong for CC.
Perfect. Thank you.